And Summers?
So, how many times have you played this course, and do you have much experience here? And also, it's so connected, obviously, to Phoenix Open history. What, what does it mean to you?
There's a lot of great history here at this place, and they've done a great job with the renovation that took place a lot of years ago, but it's taken place since I last played here. So the greens are different. They were bent back when I played it in college, and there are some new tee boxes, and some of the holes are a little bit longer, but I thought that the golf course is in as good a shape as I've seen any golf course, and to be able to come here and play and compete back in Phoenix is fun for me, and especially out here with this kind of relaxed fun. It's still competitive, but a much more enjoyable experience, and this has been a fun opportunity for me to come back and play a great golf course.
What made you want to come here?
I enjoyed here. I always have, and I enjoyed playing and competing in a course that I grew up in college playing. Probably once a month we'd come out here. This course has always been really good to the ASU program, very supportive. The renovation has looked amazing. The greens are extremely quick and add a lot of character, make it difficult when you miss greens getting up and down because of the speed and the contour. That's really the challenge of the course. It's tight. I mean, I'm not going to lie, this thing is a tight golf course for me, but fortunately there's some areas where even if you miss a fairway, you have a chance, but the rough is challenging. But I've always enjoyed it here, and coming back to Phoenix. It's a special place. It's where I met my wife, where I lived for 12 years, and where we had our first two children. It's a special place for me.
So how has it been that you went to school here in Phoenix, you lived here for 12 years, like you said? What has Phoenix meant to the developmental of your game?
Going back to when I first came here and the impact that Steve Loy has had on my life, and he was a golf coach. He's been my manager ever since, my best friend, and the impact that he has had, and coming here, being able to spend that time with him and start that relationship was important. It's also where I met my wife. The other vitally important relationship in my life. So this place will always be special to me for those two reasons. And coming back is always fun. And the people here have been so special and have treated me so well and have welcomed me that it's been very special moments, especially winning the Phoenix Open. That's been really fun for me.
How do you feel you're playing right now, Phil?
Not bad. I mean, it's hard to say, but not bad. This is my last tournament of the year. I'm going to shut it down after this. I kept playing and working on my game on some areas to make some equipment adjustments for next year. I can't use them right now because they're not on the approved list, but I wanted to be sharp. I didn't want to be trying new stuff when I hadn't been playing. And so I spent last week really getting dialed in, trying to get ready for upcoming season. After this week, I'll shut it down. I'll start working on my fitness again to get speed back up. It seems as though as the year goes on, slowly the speed starts to decline. And so I have to really work hard now at 51 to try to keep my speed up to be competitive on the regular tour. It's not easy. Those guys hit the ball a long ways. They're incredible players. But when I get a moment like I had in May, it makes it all worthwhile. So I'm going to keep striving to have a few more of those moments.
Do you think you'll play this year at TPC?
There's a good chance because there's nothing conflicting. I love coming back here and playing, but I don't know what my schedule is going to be next year, and so for me to say that far in advance, I just don't know.
Phil, how about playing with the two kids you played with today, Jake and Abigail? What was that like for you?
It's fun for me to see the efforts that have gone in to the first tee programs throughout the country and see people come out like Jake and Abby. They both are quality individuals. They've got great golf games. They're heading off to college next year, and they handle themselves with a professionalism and maturity that you don't normally see in kids that age. And so to see them interact with CEOs of such a strong company like Charles Schwab, and to do it with such maturity is impressive. And that's a product of the first tee and the coaches and the volunteers and the people that come out and work there. And I think that you might not always see the benefits from the first tee program because they may not be out on tour, but when you see young men and women like that become such quality individuals and so intelligent, educated, well-driven, well-mannered, maturity, it makes it worthwhile, and it really shows what an impact that program is making on a lot of kids.
Phil's a little off topic. What do you remember about Tiger's hole-in-one at the '97
still on property when that happened?
I wasn't on property when that happened, but you could see the TV and everything vibrate. Yeah, it was a pretty special shot.
No any chance we'll see who all
No, because it's during the Amex and I'm involved with that tournament. So if I end up playing that particular week, I would end up playing there.
Phil, what was your reaction when Abby almost holed out there on the back nine?
Yeah, she's a talented golfer. She comes out and makes a par in the first hole for a net birdie. She only gets one stroke. She pars that hole. Then she holes out a bunker shot on the next hole. She's got a great short game. Almost holes out for eagle on the fairway in there. She's just she hit a lot of really good shots. She's a great player.
What's the fun part about playing this tour, besides the winning, obviously?
So for me, the fun part about playing this tour is I know everybody. Like, I know all the guys. I go in the locker room, I'm like, oh, hey, it's great to see you again. And on regular tour, there's a lot of guys I just don't know who they are because they're so young. They're talented. They've got a lot of game. I just haven't had a chance to spend time with them. And so coming out here and seeing so many familiar faces of guys that I grew up watching play as a kid and competed against for so many years on the PGA Tour makes this really fun.
Phil, is the interaction with the golfers different on the Champion Tour than it was when you played on the PGA Tour?
I think it is for me. I think it's much more social. It's competitive, but it's also, these are guys that we've known for decades now, and friendships have been formed, and a lot of moments have been shared, and I think that that kind of closeness doesn't come right away. It comes over time, and so you see a lot of really strong relationships out here.
Phil, first time back here competing since a couple years ago at the Phoenix Open. Do you end up back here playing casual rounds very often?
I do, because I have a strong relationship with everybody up at Greyhawk. It's the first deal I ever signed, and we continue to this day. And my relationship with Whisperock as a member, and my instructor Andrew Getson, who teaches at Greyhawk and is a member of Whisperock, we end up coming out here and spending time here as well.
Last question.
Phil, the next time we'll see you, I guess, will be at the match. You get a lot of prep work in for the TV side of things?
I am. It'll be interesting for me to be a part of that. I'm going to be hosting like a little Q&A session with each player tonight that they'll use as some content for social media, and that's a new thing for me, like asking the questions, not answering them, and that's a different dynamic. And I'll have a chance to be on course with them too and try to get out some of the personalities, some of the thought processes, because both players are brilliant players, both players are great players, but both players do it a different way. Their thought process is different. And what I'd like to do is kind of let that out and let that be seen. Like, obviously, Bryson is very analytical, numbers, math, and a more scientific approach. And Brooks's approach is using his talent, skill, feel, vision, visualization to bring out his best. And I'm hoping that I can get them to articulate that a little bit better, because I think it gives great insight into how great players like those two guys think and go throughout a round, and maybe throw in a few little jabs here and there.
Sitting with Charles got to be a lot of fun, right? I mean,
Charles is one of the funniest people I know, and he's one of the quickest wit, articulate, and for him to carry over and cross over into golf, we're partners and we've won before, so we have a certain credibility when we talk about the match that I think will provide some insight too.
Phil, have you had a chance to talk to Tiger, and if you have, do you have any update on how he's doing?
I don't. I have no idea. Hopefully well, but I don't know.
Perfect. Thanks so much, Phil.
Thanks, guys. Let's have a good week.